Virtue can triumph over destiny. This phrase has been stuck in my head for a few days, and since I've recently witnessed a few relevant stories, I thought I'd write and share with you all. The content isn't based on broad observations, but rather on my personal experiences and reflections. So just read it for reference. 1. Leaving room for others is leaving room for yourself. I've had the fortune to witness the career rise of a guy. His personality can be a bit annoying, but fundamentally, he's kind-hearted. Logically, one wouldn't expect his life to go very far, especially considering his working environment is extremely complex and constantly shifting, practically unpredictable. On top of that, the people involved in his game map are diverse, from different sides, with layered, overlapping relationships and conflicts. Yet somehow, he never manages to offend anyone. Quite impressive. After thinking it over, I identified a few keys to his success. A. He never shies away from responsibility, often takes on the harder, less desirable tasks. Over time, he's gained strong professional standing, extensive knowledge, and experience at his workplace. B. When he eventually gained influence, he didn't turn into a villain. He didn't exploit his power for selfish gain. He would accept benefits that came his way, but always prioritize the collective good. C. Even in times of chaotic change and mental strain, when the future was completely uncertain, he remained calm, composed, and courteous. He made decisions that not only benefited himself, but also considered others' interests. Truth is, had he only focused on maximizing his own gain, the outcomes wouldn't have been nearly as positive as they are today. Sounds simple, but doing what he did requires several conditions. A. Strong physical and mental endurance. Just doing your job is tiring enough. Taking on additional work for the sake of the team is even harder. This also demands significant sacrifice. Mental strength is essential to avoid foolish decisions. B. Wisdom. If a good heart were enough to get the job done, the world would already be at peace. But life's not that simple. You need wisdom to understand the landscape, distinguish what's essential or harmful, and optimize your effort. The same amount of work without wisdom might only benefit one person. With wisdom, that same effort can benefit 10, 100, or even 1,000. That's why we must keep learning, constantly. C. A strong foundation of ethics. This is a huge and deeply important area. For me personally, it's a lifelong subject, both in study and in practice. Strangely, this isn't something we're taught properly, if at all. In fact, one day you'll realize that you were never truly educated properly at all. You were taught haphazardly, which is why you often feel stuck between maturity and immaturity. There's a reason our elders said one should master both civil and martial virtues. 2. Advantage in business. One key factor that allows certain businesses to thrive long term, they accept receiving less than what they deserve based on market rates. Because of this, they become affordable, or as folks say, make a profit through effort. However, if affordability comes at the cost of poor quality, it's no longer an advantage. That means your product has dropped into a lower tier. The real advantage is when others sell Type 8X for 10 units and you can sell them for 8 or 9, something like that. Sounds simple, but achieving this kind of competitive edge requires wisdom plus experience to optimize costs, discover new technologies, or improve processes, producing better goods at lower costs. 2.2. Blessings, virtue. From a spiritual perspective, it's about blessings, because their actions generate positive blessings, profit in virtue, heaven, or perhaps the goodwill of others, grants them longevity, growth, and sustainability. Good products at good prices bring loyal customers. A particularly interesting case: if you develop a technology or method that allows you to serve many people at a low or even free cost, you often receive profound returns as the universe balances the good you put out. From my observation and that of many around me, when we act purely out of selfish desires, things often fall apart or bring misfortune eventually, because the blessings account goes negative. But actions done for the right development of oneself or for the benefit of others tend to last and bear good fruit, because blessings go positive. I've also noticed that people who quietly do meaningful charitable work often receive great fortune. Their families experience peace, luck, career success for descendants, and resilience during difficult times. I once heard a great line: to have passive income, you must first know how to create passive virtue. That's profound. The idea of a virtue economy is fascinating and complex. I put quietly in quotes above because doing good in silence is a major factor in accumulating virtue correctly and reducing risks. It's a deep mechanism. Also, simply having good intentions doesn't guarantee you'll help others. If done wrong, it might even harm them. Hurting others is easy. Helping them is very hard. If there's a subject worth learning besides ethics, it's the art of doing good.